Good morning, everyone. Central banks are all about stability. So this is no time to be complacent. We must press on to ensure a recovery and to bring down unemployment. That reaffirms the MPC's primary objective of a target for CPI inflation of 2% a year. And the committee welcomes the end to any uncertainty about the objective of monetary policy. This hasn't been a typical recession, and it won't be a typical recovery. Nevertheless, a recovery is in sight.
There is no democracy. We no longer live in a world of nations and ideologies. The world is a college of corporations, inexorably determined by the immutable bylaws of business. The world is a business. And I have chosen you to preach this evangel.
For all my free market healthcare robbing, stock stealing, retirement fund fucking with niggas. Where's Daddy's pig? Daddy's pig! Daddy's pig! Fuck you little credit card scamming, jewelry stealing, crack selling, liquor store robbing motherfuckers. Shout to the homies, Carnegie, OG, Willie Randolph.
Where's Daddy's pig week? But I'm pushing this pig along the road with my nose, and a fireman's pushing a fire engine from number 10 Downing Street to the Bank of England, Mervyn King. These pigs.
I spend my day peppering America overseas. Pension for the workers, nigga, please. Embezzlement, etiquette, private settlement. I'm better with Confederate rhetoric from my mansion in Connecticut. Foreclosed with holes at the tenement. I twist words like a speech impediment. I hope you got good credit, bitch. If not, better get a new job.
These ones that have taken the public's money, they're taking our help, taking our fucking children's education. They are robbers, they are thieves, they are criminals. They are privatising our NHS. The bankers who have been responsible, the machine who got the officials, the MP, who are fucking, they are a cabal. They are. Anyway, let's get back to the news.
You know my CEO corporate steez, please overthrow governments overseas in a breeze. Politicians in my pockets for a few hundred G's. So if I'm ever in court, my assets are never free. I got a job in the house and a bank account when I'm out.
What are you doing? Crawling on your hands and knees, pushing that pig. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do.
Laundry aired when I fight it. Don't get my lawyers excited, cause what good is a law if you can't rewrite it? I got CIA traitors, dictators, so fuck y'all whistleblowers and haters. Shit.
G4S, they're a private security firm that live off of fucking public money. They are pigs. Their entire business is built on government contracts, taxpayers' money, security, private security firm. What do they do? What do they do? They have workers who have low wages, who work fucking 14, 16-hour shifts, who have no fucking pension, no rights, and like 2 weeks basic fucking training, running prisons, they're involved, they're gonna be in police force, they're involved in fucking children's homes. But we're here today because we're trying to carry a message that this government's primary purpose, under the cloak of austerity, their primary purpose is to move public money into private pockets. The banks, who is Daddy's pig, who control the MPs and the House of Lords and the Justice, they own everything. They own absolutely everything. They own the supermarkets, the food. They own the mining companies. They own the oil companies. They own people's fucking houses. They They own people's lives in life insurance. They own everything.
Taxes and fees. Since you were born, we controlled what you watch and you read. And pretty soon we're gonna own the fucking air that you breathe. I take what I want, fucker. I don't have to say please. I'll convince you that it's good for you. Take it and leave. You think presidents are the face of a nation? I put them all where they are. End of the conversation.
This is it. We're here. We're at the Bank of England. Where's Daddy's pig? Where's Daddy's pig? Daddy's pig's in there. He's in there. The bankers rule the world. They rule the world. I'm here today with my friend Jamie, who's a fireman. He's looking at 520 jobs, 12 fire stations. They sold off the fire engines for £2. When is enough enough? How much do these bankers need? Quantitative easing, Mervyn King. We've got Mark Carney coming here from Goldman Sachs, who this morning said he can't wait to start printing money. He can't wait. He said the Japanese are doing it. Where's Daddy's pig?
Where's Daddy's pig?
Daddy's pig's in there. He's in there. I'm going to go over here now and I'm going to talk to a banker and I've got some questions for him. Well done to everyone for making it today. This, my friends, is John Butler, a banker. We're here on the steps of the stock exchange, and I've got some questions for John.
The Royal Exchange.
Can you tell us, John, do bankers rule the world?
They're certainly trying to. I don't think they do, and I'm not sure that they are fully understood in their motives, good or bad, by the vast majority of people.
So can you tell us why are they so greedy? Why is it, right, that they have everything? They're sitting here every single day gambling on whether people starve or eat. What kind of society allows people to gamble on whether people starve or eat?
I think many bankers are currently living under the illusion that they are still serving the interests of society. In the words of a certain executive, they believe they're doing God's work.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Don't take his name in vain, please. But I would say this. I think in principle banking serves a vital social function. That function is matching savers who have money they don't need at the time with borrowers who don't have money they do need at the time. There's nothing wrong in principle with trying to bring the two together efficiently, fairly, transparently, in a way that serves the interests of society at large. Unfortunately, the cancer that has been growing within the system for decades, if not longer, has so eviscerated now that vital purpose that it bears zero, if any, resemblance to what it used to be. And to still labor under the illusion that it is what it used to be is to be living in denial, to have your head in the sand, and simply to perhaps, for those whose motivations are less than holy, I suppose, to be deliberately taking advantage of the situation for personal gain.
Okay, so can you explain to me, right, why bankers, right, are involved in PFIs, which they borrow 100 million, the government pays back 1.2 billion, which is 1,000% interest, is what bankers do. But then when they get when they want public money, when they want taxpayers' money, they get it for free.
Look, the bankers are now very well organized, they're very well connected to the government, and this would be true of any industry. I'm not sure it's fair necessarily to suggest that bankers are inherently more evil people than those who work in certain other industries. However, they've simply been better organized. The government has been more willing to support their nefarious efforts from time to time, to bail them out, as we know from time to time. I mean, look, if banks were operated as normal companies that went bankrupt when they made mistakes, none of us would be here today. including me.
But money smells.
But the thing is, right, is they're involved in the war machine. You see, the war machine is banks, oil and arms. Without the war machine, the global economy would collapse. It would collapse without destruction and death. You take the top 100 companies in the world, they are banks, oil and arms.
Well, I was born in 1968, and I suppose I would say make love, not war.
But you can't say that the whole global economy is being driven by those three institutions, otherwise known as the war machine.
Well, that's the problem, is that what institutions are free? I mean, I have trouble locating them anymore. The fact is that wars require financing of various kinds. They always have, they always will. Be the wars just or unjust, they require financing. And certainly, financing today is as, if not more, vital for war as it has ever been. If you approve of the war, then you should approve of the financing in principle, I suppose. And if you don't approve of the war, then you shouldn't.
Yeah, but it's being driven by the banks for profit. They want to go, you know, JP Morgan, BP, they want to go to war in Iraq. They're stealing their oil. There is bombs every day in Iraq. Iraq is still on fire, but the oil is still being pumped out. JP Morgan, BP still getting their money.
I suppose they are. As to who's driving it, I'm not sure that the bombs actually belong to the banks. I think they belong to the government. And I think it's important to place the blame for the bombs where it belongs, regardless of where the financing originates.
But you see, the media is the tool. This is how I see it. The media is the tool. The government, the MPs, they're just the officials. It's being driven by people for profit. War, oil, mining companies. Look at companies like Glencore, Extrata, Rio Tinto. It's in their interest. Look at Shell in Nigeria. It's in their interest to fund wars, to fund this stability. Oh, fucking hell! What the fuck? They are fucking the bankers. They are killing people. They are ruining land bases. They are poisoning waters. They are running the mining companies.
Well, once again, this country purports to be a democracy. If people are indeed exercising their rights within a democracy and they don't like what they see, then I suggest they do something about it. And if they find that they can't do something about it, then they need to ask themselves what sort of democracy they currently inhabit.
Exactly. Look. We have the last government went to war in Iraq. This government is attacking every single public service, shutting down, privatising NHS, the fire brigade, the Royal Mail. They can't stop. Where is that greed? Where is the greed for like more and more? Why can't they just stop?
I suppose there's a dark side to human nature. And it's up to those who have not gone over to the dark side to try and do something about it.
But look at companies like Goldman Sachs. They ain't got banks on the corner. They love government debt. They love government money. They want it because they know that they will get it in taxes. That's why they borrow it. That's why they get the money back. And the rest of the bankers, they're involved in government contracts. But what the fuck? Why are they so greedy? How many Bentleys can they have? How much champagne? How much fucking crystal chandeliers? Ponies for their daughters?
If you're concerned that what they're purchasing is excessive, if you're concerned that they have too easy access to too much money, cut it off. The Bank of England could repeg the sterling to sterling tomorrow, and the party would all be over, and we could go back to living with Her Majesty's money, but the coin of the realm stable as it used to be, the same way her weights and measures, due et mon droit, is all sacred. If you ask me, money falls into the same
Queen's
category.
involved in mining in Africa. She's after the gold there. But these bankers, they are ruining the world. They are there. They are taking away our health, our education, and they are controlling the MPs. We have a man sitting in the House of Commons, sitting in the House of Lords, called the Remembrancer. This man is there for the banks.
Indeed, if you want to shut it down, restore money to what it used to be, something that can't be artificially manipulated by the banks or the government. Return it to the people.
the idea of these fucking these fuckers profiting from people who are ill in the NHS, where does that come from? How can they profit from the palliative care of dying children? Why do they want to privatise the NHS?
Not possessing such a dark soul myself, I have trouble understanding it, I suppose. But once again, if you want to shut down the funding.
Do you know, we come here today, I pushed a pig, because this, my friends, is where Daddy's pig is. Yeah. This is Daddy's pig. This is the stock exchange, and this is where they gamble every fucking day. And there's the Bank of England. This is John Butler. Thanks to John for turning up and talking to us. I'm the Irish taxi driver.